This ballet video can be done separately as its own choreography, or you can put it together with part 1 and part 2, which I've linked in the description below this video, to make a whole dance. Now, I'm showing this dance on flat today, so even beginners can keep up. But of course, I'm also going to show you how you would transform this dance into a dance on pointe. And also in this episode, I'm going to talk about some of the steps you can change to make them into boys' steps, because you would never do exactly the same dance for boys and girls. If you're not lucky enough to be able to have separate classes for boys, then use something like this choreography, where some of the steps are the same and you do it to the same timing, but when you get to certain steps, you say to the boys, this is what you do here, and the girls will do a different step in the same place. Don't forget, of course, you can also change these dances, change directions and different positions, so you'll face different directions, or some steps you'll turn, and in that way you can make the dance into duets by doing some things facing the opposite way, walking around to the opposite direction and changing positions whilst doing certain steps. So have fun with it. Check out part 1 and part 2 as well, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, if you're following this part from part 2, we finished in some form of second arabesque to the left diagonal front. You could have that arabesque artère on the ground or lifted leg on l'air. This could just be your start position if you're doing this as a separate routine. Now we're going to draw the toe in, crossing the arms. From here we're going to do floaty arms, the front arm out and push down, and the other arm then up to the high diagonal with a push. From here we're going to do any form of pointe-bras or just a lean over, taking the arms to fourth. You could do a full pointe-bras. Now, talking about how we would change this section into pointe work, you could, if you're very advanced, have started your arabesque at the beginning, standing on pointe with the supporting foot. If you're not that good, do it on flat, but when you draw in here, instead of this position, go up onto your pointes. That means when you're doing your floaty arms, you are actually in a rise position on your pointe shoes. You could stay there for any form of pointe-bras. Now talking about boys' steps here, you wouldn't be doing the floaty arms for the boy. You could put in any step that is only in the boy syllabus. So therefore look through your boys' step syllabus, and when the girl is making these positions, especially in a duet, you can do a boy's step that coordinates with her. So it could be some sort of battue or some sort of spin, or maybe something going round the girl while she makes the arms. Something that does look effective in a duet, whether it's two girls or a boy and a girl, is one standing behind the other, either girls with the arms or opposite arms. So as one girl does a low push, the girl behind does the high push, and then the opposite way, the front girl, the second arm doing the high push, and the girl behind doing the low push. Of course, use your heads on these parts. If a boy's behind, it would be nice if he does a step to this direction with low arms, so that goes with the girl, and as the girl does the high arms, the boy does a battue or something this side with the arms coordinated. in conjunction with the girl. From here, any form of twist, whether it be a little développé or any step you prefer, into two spins or chaîné turns, which is the step where you step up into a rise, joining the feet together and spin. And then dégagé, up, join, spin and dégagé. So two spins like that. Fifth is a good arm position when you do any form of spinning. A boy could leap next to the girl as she does her spins, or he could hold one of her hands over her head as she spins. So do look at your ability of your class or your own ability if you're doing this choreography yourself. Just two different pairs dancing side by side could have such different choreography, but they would always be moving more or less the same, doing very similar steps at the same time. If you have a class of older students, do as I do, give them the basic steps and the movements and let them start developing their own choreography. So we've talked about if you're on point, you're going to do those chaîné turns on point as you go there. And again, if you're very high standard, the little développé or whatever you're going to do into it, that makes a good chance where you could do another little pose on point. Because if you're doing a dance on point, you want as much of it as possible done on point, not an odd step here and there. So wherever you finish those spins, you want to do a lean back. Now there's different versions of this. A pure lean back is not a beginner step. A beginner would do an empalmement. And if you don't know what that is, then look back at my previous videos where I show you in the description below how to do empalmement and what it means. So no leaning back if you're a beginner. The next level would do a body circle with a lean back to their ability. So you're going to take your arms round over your head and round the front with a little lean back. Never tip your head back. So you must learn how to move your head when you're doing these positions. The highest level would be a lean back with an inclined head, bending by stretching up before leaning backwards and incline the head. So there's three versions of that section already. If you have a partner, a boy partner and a girl partner, not with two girls, then you want the male partner to assist the girl as a duet piece. If you're two girls, maybe you're slightly different levels. One girl could do the hardest version of the lean back and the other girl could do a step running round the girl as she does this. Another nice thing to do at this, if you're both of a good standard, finish your two chaîné turns, one in front of the other, and then both do the lean back, coordinating exactly at the same time. So you're both on the diagonal, one in front of the other in train position, and both do this exactly at the same time with perfectly coordinated arms. From here we're going to do two polkas. Again, if you're a lower level and you're not sure how to do polkas technically correct, then look at my video link below. Your polkas could go from side to side, up the back, and I'm just marking these steps because I want you to watch the proper technique in the videos if you're a beginner. I don't want you to just try and copy and then technically be wrong. So you could do one up this way and one up this way. So two polkas, followed by two petit jetés travelling to the back. When doing the petits, remember you're being seen from your back only. So you don't want something silly like your arms in first that wouldn't be seen. Perhaps a movement of the arms as you do them, or maybe one low V, one high V, but that can make the jumping step of petits look jerky. So either flow the arms up or finish your polkas where your arms would be up and retain them there for the petits, or a diagonal looks quite good. So think you're being seen from behind, so what would look pleasing. And again, use your head, whether you're looking up, looking down, or looking up. Always use your head, don't ever keep your head static, and always keep your chin up. From the petits, you're going to do an ensemble over to face the front. Again, I'll link how to do that in the description below this video. So we've got 2 polkas, 2 petits, an ensemble over. Now, as you do that, it's quite nice to do a high third coordination position. Any jumping step, arms really need to be up or coming up, but make sure you keep using completely different arms throughout your routine. And a pas de chat, remember, pas de chat, you can only start with the back foot, travelling to the side of the back foot. And this is quite nice to circle the arms round as you do the pas de chat. From there, a gallop, we will do a forward gallop, a ronde finishing in front. Now this is quite nice if as you finish the ronde, you pivot your body to face the opposite corner. 2 spring points. Now they can be travelling or turning. Finishing with a carrou to your finishing position, or if you're going to restart the routine, make your carrous to finish back to the start of this routine to practice, or to the start of the very first routine, or to a finishing position. Now, of course, the carrous, you would be doing those on point, if you could do them on point. Boys can do, instead of the carrous, another battue or a turned leap for a big finish. That looks especially good to use. So it's very hard for me to choreograph to all the different levels when I don't know you, but never attempt to do anything above your level. The reason of this little routine, part 1, 2 and 3, is to show you that if for some reason you do have to teach a mixed class, you can teach all 3 levels in one go. So let's say you're a tiny dance school, you've only got a handful of pupils for a ballet class on a certain day, and you've got a right mix of varieties. So this is a routine where you could show, if you've got a couple of boys in the class, a couple just started on their point, but they're not really as good as the point class, bring them into this class for extra practice, and then maybe it's even an adult class. So some people have a very small adult class, or an adult class where, again, some are people that have danced before. Maybe they wouldn't be on point now, or else they wouldn't really be in an adult class. But maybe they're some of a good ability, they remember and they've stayed fit for ballet. Some are total beginners. So again, this works very well to teach in an adult class where you have mixed ability. And again, maybe some men are in the class as well. As I say, this isn't a tutorial on how to do the steps. It's now putting all my videos of how to do different steps together into choreography. I'm not one of these channels who go, look at me showing off how wonderful I can dance, copy this choreography. That's of no use to you at all. This is showing you how to put all the steps I've taught you with the correct choreography and technique, putting them together and showing you how to choreograph a dance routine. And as I say, all three parts are short parts. You can use them separately or put them together. Or maybe if you're a dance school one term, you can do one part. Get that bit sorted out. Next term, next part, next term, next part, and so on and so forth. And I must remind you, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out and comment to let me know what you would like to see next. I hope you enjoyed this choreography. Do look through my ballet playlist and find more dances to suit your level and ability. And until next time, as always, happy dancing.